Welcome back to our coverage of this PGA Tour event, already in progress. We're resuming action on the 5th hole. Let's get going. This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. Well, Rich, this won't come as a big surprise, will it? Because there's a lot of people talking about this player. They've been performing beautifully all season, and many think they can win this event.
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
Lining up the birdie putt here. Five feet coming up to the cup.
This is what they have left for par.
This looks good. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. The 6th hole here at Chestnut Hollow, Rich, is a big par 5. 559 yards from those back tees.
Luke, I got to say, though, for the big hitters that are not afraid to challenge that stream going down the left-hand side, they could reduce this to almost nothing. This fairway is firm and fast, and that golf ball will chase out forever. You must avoid the bunkers down the right-hand side, though, if you've got any chance or any hope of going for this green in 2. Coming up just a little bit shy of the green is actually a good leave. Leaves a simple pitch shot to a very long and slightly undulating green.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Currently tied for the lead. Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Let's return to live play now. What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Setting up this putt 19 feet from the cup.
You always like that on long putts when you just have to go ahead and tap it in stress-free. Just a short putt remaining here. He's currently tied for 1st. This hole is a par 3. Going with a 3-wood here.
Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Now over to Rickie Fowler.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Trying to get to 2 under with this putt. Was on a good line. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Well, this would be a good one to make. It's for par. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Checking the standings now, and they're currently tied for 1st with multiple major champion Collin Morikawa. Let's see what happens here at the 8th. Few players in the history of the game have had a bigger impact so early in their career than Collin Morikawa, Rich. Some comparisons go as close to Tiger Woods.
As they should be currently right now with what he has done in the game so far in his young career. He's come out each and every week and put pressure on every single player because of his ball striking and because they know that there's no weaknesses in his game other than sometimes the putter, but when you hit it as good as he does, you're bound to make a putt now and again. And each and every week when he shows up, players on the driving range are looking at him going, okay, he's here. I got to have my A game.
Certainly feels like sky's the limit for Collin Morikawa.
2 major championships under his belt right now. Surely more in his future.
Well, I think that warrants another look. Let's see that again.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
Currently 1 under for the day. This has to be one of the more difficult holes in golf. The long par 4.
Nicely done.
Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
This one's going right at the pin here. Oh my! What a shot that was. Right at it. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
They're setting up this next shot into quite an elevated green, Luke.
Good shot there. There's 17 feet remaining to the hole. Like the look of this one. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? An opportunity to make their par. Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Well, here we have it, Rich. This player's tied for the lead with the back 9 to play.
Well, Luke, it's been fun watching this player duke it out with their rival, that's for sure. They're winning the rivalry thus far. Should be fun to see where these two end up at the end of the event.
Well struck. Looks to me, Rich, that this player has a ton of confidence. Put themselves right back in position to win straight off their last start.
They're going to have to make some birdies coming down the closing stretch, but they have a lot of good vibes coming from that last win. I expect more of the same this week.
Sitting at 1 under. Currently tied for first place. Close to the surface here, and the green side rough. Ooh, that almost went down. Oh, wonderfully played chip shot.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Big putt for par coming up. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. And after that hole, this player is currently tied at the top of the leaderboard alongside the ever-present Collin Morikawa. Teeing off here at the 11th. Oh, well played. From about 130 yards here, he shares the lead. Not bad. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Can't be too aggressive here. Take your medicine and move on. This is down the hill.
This is on a great line.
Oh, just missed the birdie. That's a shame. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Now over to Rickie Fowler.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Teeing off here on the 12th hole. Going with the hybrid. That one should find the surface. This would be a great up and down. Oh, just missed. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here. Nice little putt to hole, that one. Currently 1 under for the round. Teeing off here on the 13th hole. Oh, that was pummeled. Great drive. Playing from around 190 yards out. He's currently tied for the lead. Keep your fingers crossed for a bounce to the right.
Well, they've got their eye locked in. Look at that approach shot against Rickie Fowler as well.
This one's for birdie.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Well played. And that will take him to 2 under. Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Why don't we catch up with Rickie Fowler? And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. This hole is a par 4. That's a good-looking shot there. And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 150 yards.
This one heading towards the green. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it.
Birdie at the last. This for another.
Getting ready to play their third. And back to the course with the live action. 11 feet to the cup.
This for back-to-back birdies.
That was a gallant attempt. Just 3 feet to the cup.
This is what they have left for par here.
Still in the lead now after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 15th. Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, this would be handy if it could bounce right. Not a bad approach. Grab the putter from the caddy. You're dancing. Trying to get to 3 under par with this putt.
This one's tracking.
Okay, steady now. This is a par putt. And the putt drops. Now 2 under, heading down the stretch.
With just a small sliver of a lead, this could go any different direction down the stretch.
The 16th at Chestnut Hollow is a short 4, Rich, measuring just over 320 yards.
Only the biggest hitters, unless it's a prevailing wind, will be able to go for this green and one. A lot of players, however, Luke, will still take out the driver and try and get it as down there and to the right as far as possible to set up a very easy, simple pitch shot. I'm looking at this as a guaranteed birdie if you want to win this tournament.
Looks like this one's bunker bound. A bit wild on approach there.
Now, coming out of the rough, missing the green was always in the cards.
And here we are with the third shot. Currently in the lead by a shot. Well, that shot took some serious skill. How good was that bunker shot? Let's see if you can make this and keep the par on the card. And down it goes. Now over to Rickie Fowler.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, so close. No, that's too bad. So after that effort, let's have a look at the contenders and the pretenders. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
Here we are in front of a par 3. Wow, what happened there? Second shot here on the 17th. Straight out of the top drawer.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
Now let's switch our focus to Rickie Fowler.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
From the sand, looking to get up and down. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. And now this player tees off their final hole of the event with the lead. Well, I like the look of the line here. This should find the fairway. Oh, what a shot by our leader.
Wow, was that a massive drive there. Holy cow.
Getting ready to play their third. He leads the field by a stroke. Well, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader. And this putt for the tournament. That's tracking. Oh, super effort that. Holds the putt to win it all.
Luke, the victories, winning never gets old, but this is getting out of hand, isn't it? Another victory on the season.
And Rich, what a performance. They've got back-to-back wins. What a force they're proving to be out here on tour.
I gotta say, this player is in full flight at the moment. Just sit back and watch how awesome they are at the moment.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beem, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Travelers Championship is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing these two go at it again. It was a great rivalry first time round, and now, more so than ever, they're going to want to beat each other.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward to following along with these two. This is a rivalry that could be one for the ages. Can't wait to see what sort of excitement they generate. And that's a nice strike. This one should find the fairway. Well, you'd have to think this person's got a head full of confidence, Rich, coming off a last start win.
The game is coming easy to this player right now, so no reason not to believe they can't do it again this week.
A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the first. 7 feet to the cup.
This is their look at birdie.
That's frustrating. So it'll be a par to start their round.
Nothing wrong with an opening par, just easing their way into this round.
And it's that man JT on top spot of this leaderboard. Good play from Justin Thomas. The second, a short par 4 playing up the hill, just 345 yards.
How aggressive do you want to be? Do you want to take driver out and try and get it up to the front edge, or are you going to lay it back with a long iron? That are the two thoughts that players must face. Second shot into a minuscule green with a putt bunker on the left-hand side that could be the meanest one on the golf course.
What an amazing shot.
Okay, let's get back to the action. The lies aren't too bad here in the first cut of rough. Yeah, that one will play. This putt coming up is for birdie. Good stroke. Always nice to hold those for a birdie. Well, that was a positive hole. A little shift up the leaderboard. Well played. The players will face themselves with their first legitimate test at TPC River Highlands, the par 4 third.
Dogleg from right to left. Just avoid those bunkers both right and left. And there's not a single one up there on that green. This green is fairly flat with runoffs on all sides of this green. It's a wonderful design.
Oh, come on, sit. That should set up another chance. And he's down there. You got to read.
This one will run uphill.
Looking really good, this one. The putt drops, and that's back-to-back birdies.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. The fourth hole at TPC River Highlands certainly asks for a longer shot, Rich.
Danger here is leaving your tee shot out to the right in the trees and the bunker. If you hit it down the left-hand side, expect a much longer second shot.
Good shot there, Beamer. Well, every week there's a certain bunch of players that everyone keeps an eye on. This one seems to be exactly in that company. One of the strong favourites to win, don't you think, Rich?
It's never a surprise when you speak this player's name. They've been so good all year long. They've got to be one of the favorites, not only for this tournament, but also for the season-long FedEx Cup.
Well, that's an early statement right there.
That sets a positive tone for the player, doesn't it?
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it? So, after that effort, this is what the leaderboard looks like. And after that hole, leading Justin Thomas by 2 strokes. The par 3 fifth is no snack either, particularly at the distance of 230.
That's its only defense here, Luke. The green is fairly flat, has a couple of bunkers up there surrounding it, but to be fair, at 230 yards, it's a pretty simple, straightforward, long par 3.
Not sure if that's how they drew it up.
And what a rare miss today. They've been so good with their approach shots.
"12 feet to the cup coming up. Ooh, right by the hole. 6 feet remaining to the cup. Well, the leader giving a little hope for the rest of the field there as they put down a bogey on the scorecard. And a quick glimpse of the leaderboard, and they're currently first, with Justin Thomas second. The 6th is the first of our par 5s, and at 586 playing slightly downhill, Rich, players should be enticed to go for this green in 2.
Most players in this field will be looking to knock it on in 2. Tee shots want to favor the right-hand side to shorten up the hole ever so slightly. The second shot will be semi-blind, taking it over some bunkers and some mounds to a green that runs from right to left. Bunker front left and a runoff area over on the right-hand side. Shouldn't be too much of a bother for most of these players.
Justin Thomas, major champion, world #1 player, really has all the attributes, doesn't he, Rich?
He does. His focus on his own game is amazing. I think that this kid really understands how to play the game. He's got all the shots, but he doesn't try and get up there and hit it as hard as he can every single time. He gets out there and he learns how to play the game, hit the finesse shots when you need it, take some risks when you need to, but also back off when you don't need to. This kid is a real deal, complete game from head to toe.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
Well, that's a nice line. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Birdied their last hole.
And this putt to move into a tie for 4th place. So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. The par 4 7th, just under 450 yards in length, Rich. 2 just accurate shots needed here.
Just a straightaway drive and a straightaway second shot will get it done 8 days a week on this hole. This second shot, though, into a green that has 2 tiers on it. If you're not on the correct tier in 2, you're going to face a difficult putt.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Wow, what a shot. And now to Bubba Watson.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Just 10 feet to the cup here. Ouch, that hurts. Putting for par. Well, it was a wonderful approach shot, wasn't it? But unfortunately having to settle for par. I really like the 8th here at TPC River Highlands, a good par 3.
This is a strong par 3. Water shouldn't come into play as it's some 15 yards short of the green. However, there's runoff areas both right and left that could cause some issues for these players.
This putt will move them to 3 under par. Well, that's criminal. How do you leave that short?
I hate to use the word choke, Luke, but that's exactly what happened there. A flat-out choke.
The ninth is a par 4, right on 400 yards, Rich. But recently, players have been a little bit more aggressive off the tee.
Players are trying to take all the bunkers in the fairway out of play by taking driver and hitting it over the right-hand one. From there, players will have a very simple second shot to a green that's fairly bland, Luke. There's just not much to it. This is a great birdie opportunity.
Oh, lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the ninth.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
And that's the line, the sand. Oh, that one just missed the hole. Oh, good look at a birdie here. Nice line. And that's their fourth birdie of the day. And that will take him to 3 under. Well, this is when the knees start to knock. The sweat starts to appear on the palms of your hands, Rich. Just a slender lead with 9 to play.
Yeah, no time to start thinking about that lead, Luke. They got to keep their head down and keep going forward. Cannot think about that lead or people will pass them.
Playing from around 160 yards. Currently leading by 2. This one is right down the pipe. This is a ball striking clinic. Yet another green in reg here.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Just didn't drop. Putting for bogey. Well, that's providing some hope to the rest of the field as our leader stumbles with a bogey. This would be a great up and down. Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Our current leader is enjoying a 1-shot lead. Downhill par 3s, Rich. Lots of fun to play, particularly when it's only a wedge.
Yes, but be careful from the wind. This green is surrounded by large trees, and that wind can really swirl around this green. It's a good opportunity to make birdie, but bogeys might happen if you're not careful.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. Good sounding strike, that one.
And how about that for confidence? Going right at the pin here in the midst of their rivalry with Bubba Watson. Love seeing that sort of play.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. Currently in first position. Rich, the 12th, a par 4, measuring just over 400 yards. How do you play it?
Grip it and rip it. Those fairway bunkers down the right-hand side, they're really not a big bother. So try and take those on as best you can. The further you drive it down there, your second shot becomes so much easier as this green is perched above you. Again, another good birdie opportunity here.
Nicely done. Fingers crossed for a good kick to the left. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
Made birdie on the last, looking for a second in a row here.
Ooh. Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Well, birdies would certainly be on the mind of the players when they stand on the tee at the par 5 13th, Rich. But there are bogeys here as well if you're not careful.
Don't get careless with this tee shot. Don't avoid the water on the right and try and hit it down the left-hand side, because out of bounds comes in quickly, just left of those fairway bunkers. From the fairway, you have to decide where you want to go for it or lay it up out to the right. Any shots missed out to the right will leave a delicate chip to a green that runs away from the player towards the water.
Yeah, disappointing not to find the surface, Rich, but I like that play.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, Luke. This is a surprise, missing this one.
9 feet to the cup.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
And now to Bubba Watson.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Well, this would be a bonus. This is a very long putt.
This is what they have left for a par.
Oh, just missed. So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. Let's head to the 14th, Rich. A short par 4, but you've got to hit your tee shot up the hill.
Up the hill, dogleg from right to left, but one of the most generous fairways on this golf course, if not the most generous. Anything up to the right-hand side will open up the second shot to the green that sits well below you. Any tee shots missed over to the left, however, you could have some tree issues.
Most golfers these days, Rich, are quite generic style players. It's that hit it as far as you can, knock it on the green, try and hold some putts. But with Bubba Watson, we just got the artist back in the game, didn't we? We had someone who was prepared to do whatever it needed to be to get that ball in the hole. He's just astonishing to watch.
You know, to me, Luke, I think Bubba was born in the wrong era. I think he would have been better served with persimmon woods, balata golf balls, and blades. And I think that he would be an even bigger impact on the game than he currently is, if that's even possible. I watch what he does with the modern equipment, and it's mind-blowing. He's one of the few players, Luke, that I will actually go in the driving range and watch hit golf shots, because it is so fun to watch him aim 30 yards left and just try and hit these big sweeping hooks and fades and I mean, it's just unbelievable what he can do with the golf ball. His eye-hand coordination is simply the best in the game.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. And there it is.
And nice to have that cushion heading down the last few holes.
Now let's change gears and head over to Bubba Watson.
Yeah, he just made bogey on that last one.
What's in front of them, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Leading by 4 strokes after that one.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Going with the 6-iron here. Nicely done. What an opportunity to make a birdie. A 7-footer right here. Well, that's a momentum maintainer. Well done. And now to Bubba Watson.
He's just coming off a drop shot on that last hole.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is currently enjoying a 4-stroke advantage.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Well, this lake that is a real feature here in the closing holes at TPC River Highlands comes into play also off the tee at 17.
The most intimidating shot on the golf course, the tee shot here at 17. Bail left, you could find the bunkers, and if you bail right, you better bring your waders.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
And from about 105 yards, what a drive that was.
Oh, what a wonderful shot into the 17th. It sets up another putt inside birdie range. Oh, what a stroke. And that's 8 birdies today. And that will take him to 6 under. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's 2nd. The finishing hole at TPC River Highlands has gone through a few adjustments over the last handful of years, and it's also seen a very significant moment in the history of the PGA Tour.
Plenty of fantastic moments here. Tee shot goes back up the hill, over a rise, semi-blind tee shot, find the fairway, and you're going to have an excellent look at the green and a possibility of making birdie.
It was the site of the lowest ever round recorded on the PGA Tour, a 58 if you don't mind. Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse.
Outside chance of the birdie, but a 2-putt here is still good.
It was on a good line. Not the end of the world. There's another chance here to close out the victory. Oh, so close. Okay, so luckily they've got another tremendous performance around TPC River Highlands. The most birdies made, and they are your Travelers Championship winner.
And an outstanding win for this player, capturing the Travelers Championship. Hats off to him.
And Rich, I think you mentioned earlier that this player was your favourite. Well picked.
Oh, listen, it's not a hard pick, is it? This player has consistently been there all season long. There's no reason why not to pick them to win. They just make me look smart. That's about it.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.